Hey everyone, I will be giving a brief rundown on how to replace the Evap Purge valve assembly or harness on your 2016 Plus Fiesta ST. This is the 2016 and up part, so it is pretty easy to trace. We're looking to plug in here, here, and then all the way in the back. I'll try my best to show that, but there is a green plug hiding right back there. So you're going to want to start by taking out the air intake and the associated piping. Alright, so there are 4 of these T20 screws holding in your top of your air intake, and then make sure to unplug your MAP sensor. It's just this clip. Now, before I remove this hose, we're going to want to unplug this clip right here, as this is associated with the purge valve. I'm also going to unplug this, but we're going to make sure to plug that back in once we're done, because that is a separate harness in of itself. Pretty easy to pop these guys out. You just want to squeeze a little bit and push out. There it is. Slides right off. So with the air intake and hose removed, it's a little bit easier to show this. We're matching it up right here. So right down here, we're looking at our purge valve. There is a plug for that, so we're going to want to disconnect that and get that unclipped. And there's a clip right here where my finger is as well. This will be plugged in, and then we will be replacing this. And then finally, if I can show this, all the way back here, there is a green clip. Where is my pointy stick? We're going all the way back there to unplug that guy. I have my car on ramps. We'll see if it's easier to remove like that. Otherwise, I'm in for quite the surprise. This unplugs relatively easily, and then I'm just sliding it off the clip. That's undone. I think just for the sake of it, let's try getting this guy next. Okay. This is a 2019. I don't know if it'll come out as easily that on some of the older Fiesta STs, but that popped out for me. Okay, I will admit, this one, reaching in the back of the car, it does eat gloves a little bit. It also eats plastic tabs. I went a little bit too hard, and it pops straight off. I was reading that sometimes you have to reuse the clips if the ones on your replacement aren't the best. We'll see how that goes. This has a production date of 2019, so this is original to the vehicle. These seem to be going bad pretty often on these Fiestas. Alright, so I've gone through the process of trying to route this back into the car as best as possible. I haven't clipped anything in yet, but it's just about to go in the back, and then clip up here, plug in here, plug in here. We'll put back in the hose and plug these guys back in. Shout out to Ford for making some plugs and connectors that make some good satisfying click sounds, so you make sure you're actually doing this correctly and that everything is nice and secure. Once that's in, nice. Alrighty, that's secured. We'll go ahead and put back on the rest of the airbox, tighten everything down, and make sure we are good to go. Alrighty, everything has been plugged in. We'll start here. That is firm. These 2 guys are plugged in. Want to make sure your sensor here is plugged in. Make sure these guys are squeezed down, these hose clamps. And then there are 5 T20s. Those are all secure. And then we look down in here. You want to make sure your Evap Purge valve is actually plugged in. It's got these little orange O-rings to let you know if any of it is poking out. That is fully secured, and then there's a clip just to hold it in place. And then finally, there is one more clip all the way in the back. Wow, that is hard to see. And yeah, everything's been plugged in. Let's see if it starts. It's been a couple minutes. Car seems to be idling fine. All of the connections are nice and secured. This is a relatively easy job. I would say you could probably get it done in like 30 minutes. Just take your time. It took me 30 minutes because I'm slow. I'm sure the more capable at-home mechanic would have a much easier time with this. I wish you luck getting to the connector in the back. All right, thanks everyone.